Alright, so this video is an explanation of a reiteration of my expectations for the moles and molar mass problems. So if you check your assignment, there's a lot of missing this or incorrect this, wrong this. Please watch this video so you can see what I am expecting y'all to do and what I'm expecting to see when I grade your papers. Like I said in class, it's only going to get more, not complicated, just more in depth when we have to consider 3 or 4 fraction problems for the stoichiometry, and those can cause add up points really quickly. So ideally get it down now, make your mistakes now so that later on they won't be as costly, because it won't be as costly because you are recognizing your mistakes now. So this is number 4 on your assignment. How many molecules are there in 5.5 moles of rhodium sulfate? Make sure you recognize a couple of things: what you're given and what you're trying to find. So all of these, like I said, can be done in 2 fractions. Later on it'll be 3 and 4. So kind of like a puzzle. I have 2 steps I need to take care of. So my given is 5.5 moles BaSO4 over 1, because it's not per anything or over anything. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my unit, see if I can highlight, I don't know if I can highlight this. I'm going to take that unit, oh yes I can, and I'm going to drop it down to the bottom, to the, that's my second fraction, moles of BaSO4. So that's the same. Oops, I want to highlight this one. So that is this one right here. I'm trying to convert to molecules. I can go from molecules of one thing to, from moles and molecules of one thing to another in a fraction like this. Automatically on top, I want to put molecules BaSO4. So I'm going to highlight that. That's what I want. Oops, that's not, okay, cool. So when you're creating your fractions, you have 1 mole of anything is the molar mass of it and the number of molecules, or sorry, in the molecule. So 1 mole of BaS4 is 6.022 times 10 to the 23 molecules of BaSO4. So I'm going to multiply across all of these. So my denominator is going to be 1, and my numerator is 5.5 times 6.022 times 10 to the 23, and that is 3.3121 e to the 24. That's what it says in my calculator. When you see the letter e like this means times 10 to whatever exponent. So try to avoid doing that on your paper, like your final answer. So my answer is 3.3121 times 10 to the 24. Let's see. I got 2 sig figs right there. So my answer needs to have 2 sig figs. So 3.3 times 10 to the 24 molecules BaSO4. What is the mass in grams of 5.34 times 10 to the 15 molecules of magnesium chloride? Okay, so same thing. These are all 2 steps. So 2 fractions. So I'm starting off with this. I don't want to do that. I want to highlight that yellow. I'm starting off with this. So where are we at? Oops. There we go. 5.34 times 10 to the 15 molecules MgCl2. I know that's a lot to write, so just be mindful of that though, like what the units are over 1. So again, I'm going to take my units and automatically drop them diagonal to it because I'm trying to get rid of it. Molecules MgCl2. So if it's molecules, automatically I have to think Avogadro's number. You can go to 1 mole on top and then do it again for the molar mass, or you can just do it in one step. So what is the mass in grams? So I can do grams of MgCl2. This comes from the periodic table. And the molar mass was 95.2. 5.34 times 10 to the 15 times 95.2, I'm sorry. So my numerator was 5.0. 368 E17, 6.022 times 10 to the 23 on the bottom. However, when you're doing this, because you'll notice that you technically have times 10 to the 17 here on the top in my numerator, if I divide this and I don't group it correctly, I don't write it out correctly, I will get a different answer. So watch my other video on how to type into a calculator the exponents, how to calculate correctly. So divide these two. I end up with 8.4418 e negative 7. I'm going to write this out correctly and take into consideration sig figs. So I have 3 sig figs there, so 3 here. Luckily in scientific notation it's easy to get the sig figs because I'm getting it from the coefficient. So 8.44 times 10 to the negative 7 grams MgCl2. So now the question is that people not people ask is that, but it's just something that y'all need to be mindful of, is the grading and how much I take off. So for example, I have different fractions. I have this fraction, this. I also have the double line right here, and then I also have my answer too. So on your grading, what I tend to do is I tend to make each fraction, later on we're going to have more fractions, so each fraction is going to be worth 2 points. Your equal sign is 2 points. Your answer at the end with everything is 4 points. So please pay attention. If you're missing the units, if you have the wrong numbers, automatically it's the 2 points taken off, regardless of what it is. If you're missing the parallel lines, 2 points taken off. In your answer, 4 points, some things to consider. Let's see. I would take off points like -2 or minus part of it for wrong sig figs, wrong unit, -1 for no box. But if the answer itself is wrong completely, it's -4 automatically. So just be mindful of that when you guys are solving these problems. So we are done for now with this. If you have any questions, please let me know. Hit that like and subscribe. Bye.